This is the humerus. This is the bone that's going to be in our arm. This is the anterior view. We have a posterior view, and that's going to be this. Now we're going to look at both head. Guys, this is closer to the trunk of the body, so that is your proximal head. This is your distal head. Okay? Now look, proximal head, we have two bumps. We have this big bump here, and we have this smaller bump. The big bump here is called greater tubercle. The smaller one is lesser tubercle. Between the two bumps, we're going to have a groove. We call it inter means between. Intertubercular groove. The other name for groove is sulcus. So look, greater tubercle, lesser tubercle, intertubercular groove. Now, this is the anterior view, right? On the lateral side, this is the shaft, okay? This is the shaft. And on the outer part of the shaft, midway, we're gonna have a bump. We call that deltoid tuberosity. This is where the deltoid muscle will attach. We're gonna learn that in next unit. Okay, now we're gonna look at the distal head. Guys, in the distal head, you're gonna see some structures. First of all, we see two fossa here. You guys see this? This is one fossa, this is one fossa. This is the lateral part. This is where the radius bone is gonna come. This is where the ulna bone is gonna come, okay? This is radial fossa. This is coronoid fossa, okay? This is coronoid fossa. Now, this where you see, this is where the elbow joint comes together. We call these condyles. In humerus, they have names. The first lateral bump, you see three bumps, right? 1, 2, 3. The lateral bump by itself is named capitulum, and that's where radius bone is going to articulate. The two medial bump together, we call that trochlea. Another way you can distinguish it is by this. Do you see on the trochlea side, there's a 90-degree angle? We don't have that on the capitulum. So that's how you can tell this is the medial side as well. Now, when we look from the posterior view, this is trochlea. And there is another fossa, another cavity here. We call that olecranon fossa. These are important structures. Olecranon fossa. So I'm going to do this one more time. Greater tubercle, lesser tubercle, intertubercular groove. Here we have deltoid tuberosity. Here we have radial fossa, coronoid fossa, capitulum, and this is trochlea. Trochlea. Okay, and then we have, this is the lateral side, lateral epicondyle. Epi means on top. Remember, these are condyles, so that's lateral epicondyle, medial epicondyle. And then in the posterior view, that's trochlea. This is olecranon fossa.